Greetings, humans and non-humans. As you can see, I'm in a tinfoil hat. Why, you may ask? Oh, it's DVD speculation season. Oh yeah. Today I would like to discuss who is the next killer for Dead by Daylight. And I think I've solved it. So that's why I got the tinfoil hat, in case you're curious. Who is the DVD license? We got a few things that I feel like we should talk before what it could be. I feel like Dead by Daylight is gearing towards like this being the biggest thing yet. You know, the 10 years, not many live service games gets to make it that far, so that's pretty impressive. And I believe a 10th anniversary killer needs to have a lot of weight, a lot of oomph, a lot of girth. Pretty hefty, you know, so something that leaves an impact. And there's only 2 licenses that could work, and these are licenses we've been begging DVD for almost 10 years. In fact, even DVD themselves have been begging for this to happen. So I'm gonna lock in Jason Voorhees as the most likely killer. Oh, I didn't say the killer, you know, notice I said that. Because I got some scary other choices. So let's talk about Jason Voorhees. So Friday oh gosh. Friday the 13th is a highly requested license because Dead by Daylight is a hall of horror. We have Michael, we have we had Michael, Freddy Krueger, Leatherface, and then Jason Voorhees. That's the one we're missing. Well, they were in some legal mumbo jumbo hell, but they've gotten out of it, and what's sprouted is the Jason Universe brand, which has been crossing over with Multiverses, which rest in peace Multiverses, as well as Fortnite and Call of Duty. And cool part about both of those is that they also incorporate original outfits that are exclusive to Multiverses and Call of Duty. So if we ever get Jason and DBD, out of all the OG slashers, he's gonna be treated the best quality most likely. We're probably gonna get Blighted Jason, Waterfront Massacre Jason, Chrysalis Jason, any cool Jason, original just like Jason, but he's frozen. A lot of cool things. Oh man, that's actually gonna be pumped for Jason. I would be so happy. Like, this is like a license I've been wanting as well. Pretty sad that the other license holders of the classic slashers aren't as cool as Jason Universe, it would seem. So I think it's gonna happen because Jason Universe, when they're doing all those crossovers, they probably got in talks of behavior, because like they also want Jason in here, I bet, because this would be a good marketing tool. You know, let's say like you're like a niche, not niche, but just a casual horror fan, and then you play this game called Dead by Daylight because it has all your horror icons, and then you for some reason play Survivor instead of Killer. You encounter Jason Voorhees, and then Jason's not on the back of your mind. You know, it's like this is like free marketing right here. Having the Jason Voorhees with other halls of horror icons, it just makes sense. Like, the thing is, Jason has been free for a good while, and I'm pretty sure that behavior probably, maybe they even had a power ready for Jason. They just needed, the okay to finally actually start working on the chapter. And I feel like they probably know that Jason is a big deal and that he would be 10th anniversary worthy. I say he's 10th anniversary worthy. I guess if you're some weird youngin, you don't know, who for some reason don't watch horror stuff, and you're like a DVD fan, which that is surprisingly scary of how many people that actually fits for the DVD community. You would be like, oh, Jason. And then to those people, bruh, watch horror stuff. Like, come on. Next up, if it's not Jason, right? There is only one killer that holds the same weight as Jason, and if not even more weight. I would say I would be so excited I'd probably explode into a million pieces But unfortunately, let me take off my tinfoil hat. I don't think it's happening. The next killer on the list is Pennywise, the dancing clown. Sorry for everyone for my voice. I don't think it's happening, unfortunately. This is like, oh man, this is horrible. Okay, so we got like 2 hurdles to go through. Yeah, that's right, 2 hurdles. First hurdle, Stephen King, which I'm assuming that's why we haven't gotten Pennywise in DVD. The devs have outright stated that they already want Pennywise in DVD. And the reason why they're even mentioning that they want Pennywise in DVD is because they think it's not going to happen. This was years ago, mind you, right? I don't remember the last time Matthew Cote has talked about Pennywise, which doesn't know. Matthew Cote is the one responsible for getting the licenses agreements for DVD. So, yeah, that's scary. But recently, Warner Brothers has made it Welcome to Derry. You know, new Pennywise, no Stephen King attachment. That's cool. But, oh no, here comes the second hurdle. It's done by New Line Cinema. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, because maybe Google's telling me the wrong information, but maybe I should have done deeper research. But I believe New Line Cinema also worked on it. Welcome to Derry. Well, not worked, but like backed it up. Let me see. See it. Yeah, it would seem that it's also New Line Cinema. I just had to double check that. And now you're asking, what's wrong with New Line Cinema? They're the ones who gave us Nightmare on Elm Street and DVD. Which, if you are a DVD player, you know that out of the slashers classics, Freddy and Quentin, they got nothing. They got less than the bare minimum. Yeah, I know that's a shocking less, because recently a DVD added some new profile icons for every single character as rewards for leveling them up. Quentin and Freddy just reused artwork, which, man, I don't know, that kind of hurts, you know. And we haven't gotten nothing new with the license, even though there's a lot of potential with Freddy and stuff. So I feel like because of that, we're probably not going to see Pennywise, and that's a shame, because when I first played DVD, Pennywise, the Xenomorph, and Springtrap were my most requested licenses. And the thing is, I thought those were all pipe dreams. Because I thought Xenomorph, oh, we only got one, you know, at the time, Monster Killer, Demogorgon. We got a bunch more, then we got Xenomorph. And then FNAF, well, I thought it was not going to happen either, but it happened as well. And then, the thing is, I don't know if we're ever going to see Pennywise. And that's a darn shame, because if it's not Jason, Pennywise would be a fitting choice for the 10th anniversary. So, what does that leave us with? Oh. Okay, there are 2 other people licenses that I believe could be the anniversary killer chapter, if it's not Jason, you know, or Friday the 13th, or whatever they call it. The next choices are Art the Clown. Now, I love Art. Whoops, wrong face. Art's cool. He's a modern icon. Terrifiers is a fun horror series. I really enjoy it. Pretty excited for the conclusion of the series real soon. And also, I wonder why I got the Fortnite render. I couldn't find any other good renders of Art for some reason online. Oof, sorry. Now, why do I think Art could be the next choice if it's not Jason? Well, the people behind Terrifier have expressed wanting a collaboration to happen amongst the 2. And the thing is, I think the last time I heard about this was at some convention footage where someone asked about it, and the devs behind it, not the devs, the people behind Terrifier, which I think they announced like a new Terrifier beat 'em up game or something like that. They were like, yeah, we know the demand for you know, Terrifier and Dead by Daylight. It's, you know, it's gonna happen. You know, they said it's gonna happen, right? That's the thing. They didn't say like we hope it happens. They explicitly said it's around those lines, like they're confirming like it happened, and that makes me think like maybe they have gotten in talks with me. I'm surely they must have gotten in talks, right? And the only thing I feel like we're holding them back is scheduling, right? Because chapters, I think, take like maybe roughly like around like maybe a year and a half or 2 years, I believe. I could be wrong, but it could take that long, right? And it just makes me wonder, like, maybe like they've been in talks of this, you know, and they're like, oh, like if we don't get Jason, we could always use Art the Clown as our backup, you know, for 10th anniversary. And that's the scary part. They could be using Art as a backup. I would be excited, but I feel like Art doesn't hold the same, you know, oomph that Jason does, because Jason's like a highly requested killer. Art, he's kind of like the new kid on the block, a cool new kid on the block, mind you, but he's just, I feel like doesn't hold the same weight, and I feel like there would be people disappointed. I mean, granted, there would be people be disappointed with Jason, but those are just like the weirdos that play DBD, but for some reason don't get behind the source material that DBD is based on. I don't know why there's people like that, but like I don't know. I feel like if it's not Jason, I'm gonna lock down Art the Clown. Would I personally want him in DBD? Yes, but not as a 10th anniversary. I feel like I would be so excited if he was like the fall or the winter chapter. Like those would be good to get me excited. But the 10th anniversary, not gonna lie, I would be disappointed. Now, this is where things get even more spookier. Cause I think if it's not Art the Clown, it's the Ink Demon. And hold your horse there, but I know like there's some weirdos online that only know Bendy the Ink Machine from like memes and songs and YouTube Kids stuff, but not the actual game series, which is a bit frustrating, you know, because I'm like, you're judging a franchise based on stuff not from the franchise. I'm like, what do you mean? That is the most backwards thing out there. Like I mean, props to those people that actually seen or played Bendy games and then didn't like it and then said they didn't like it. Like, dude, that's like, I commend you. I'm like, thank you at least for giving it a shot, you know. No, there's just people that don't even know that who the Ink Demon is. The Ink Demon would go like so hard in DBD. Like, I'd be like pogging, but I would be frowning if he was the anniversary killer. So I'd be asking, well, Dweller, why do you think he's going to be the anniversary killer? The Meatly has multiple times stated how much they would like to have a Bendy and Ink Machine chapter for Dead by Daylight. They expressed it already. The scary part is the Meatly also said that this year we're going to be having a Bendy crossover. Now that could be anything. It doesn't have to be video games. For all we know, Bendy's in a crossover and something like a card game or something. Or maybe he is in a video game. Maybe he's going to be in a future Terraria update. Or maybe in Fortnite. But the thing is, Meatly has multiple times stated... Oh my goodness. Hold on. What if... Okay, sorry. This is like... I'm a fan of this franchise, Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion. And they have one crossover character, Whiteface from I'm Scared. What if, like, Bendy or the Ink Demons in Spooky's Jumps? I mean, that'd be cool. But I don't know. I doubt that. I'm gonna just leave that here in case, like, I'm actually, like, I was predicting something cool. Maybe that's happening. I doubt it. But yeah, I feel like if there's a crossover this year, and the Meatly's a DBD fan that wants the Ink Demon in DBD, I feel like there's a high chance it could happen. And then I could even see behavior like negotiating with Scott, you know, and then like they're like, oh, let's also get the Meatly guy because we could have like two indie horror icon reps, you know, back to back, you know, because that would actually be exciting for I guess the new gen horror fans right there. I guess that's what I'll call them. So I could see like the reason why they could do it. I just feel like a lot of people would be disappointed. Even I would. And I'm a guy that wants the Ink Demon in DBD. He's all cool, like, I'm the Ink Demon. I know your name. Come here. I'll find you. I can't do a Ink Demon voice impression, but trust me, he's cool, chat. And he could have actually a lot of more fun power potential, even more than Jason, I would say. I just really hope he's not the 10th anniversary killer, just because even I would be disappointed, and this is coming from a Ink Demon supporter. So those are, I feel like the obvious choices. I guess I could get out of the way the Mimic. I don't think it's happening now because I feel like when the DBD devs and Scott Cawthon, you know, were in talks, I'm pretty sure like they probably saw this as like a single chapter deal and maybe left the Mimic as like if the chapter was a success, which it was. I feel like after the success, like maybe they got into talks. Okay, let's actually do the chapter 2 thing, and I think like the earliest chapter 2 example was Wesker and DBD. I believe it was like, let me see. I think like a whole year plus one more chapter worth of wait time for Wesker, because like we got Wesker pretty relatively quick compared to like Vecna, but Vecna from Stranger Things was like a whole different can of worms of why we took forever to get him. So like, I feel like theoretically we could get the Mimic. I guess that's why maybe the Trickster all kill comeback chapter didn't come with a new killer. We had 3 killers instead of 4 killers like usually for the 9th year. So that could be a possibility to why we didn't get a killer, because like, oh, maybe they're trying to save resources and time to work on the Mimic. I hope not, because once again, I don't think the Mimic carries the same weight that the 10th anniversary killer like Jason Voorhees would hold. And the biggest reason why is because this would be a crossover that's already happened. You know, like we're getting FNAF again, which, don't get me wrong, that's exciting, but for news outlines, I feel like that wouldn't be exciting. You know, like Dead by Daylight's 10th anniversary killer, once again is FNAF. Like, that's not exciting. So yeah, I guess that's my reason to why I don't think we're gonna get the Mimic in DVD. I feel like it's just too soon. We're gonna get him eventually. Probably Scott even like saw like the response of people want a survivor, so we're probably gonna get a survivor as well. But I feel like that's like maybe like a year from now. I don't think we're gonna get the Mimic. You know, I feel like it's like too early. And then I guess I could talk about the last guy in the thumbnail, and that's Darth Vader. No, it's not happening. I made a video about it. You could go check it. And then I guess I could talk about Predator real quickly. I feel like Behavior themselves would know that the Predator is, well, I feel like they know they're gonna like, I think they're saving the Predator for like a low time of DBD. They're like, okay, this is a year that we don't have that many licenses. This is interesting. Let's have the Predator here, you know, as an excitement backup. So I guess the Predator could be a 10th anniversary as a fallback if for some reason a lot of things horribly went wrong behind the scenes, but I feel like they know that the Predator isn't a 10th anniversary carry. So yeah, these are my predictions. Jason Voorhees is the most likely candidate. If not Jason, it's Art the Clown, or is he a mime, chat? Because notice he's black and white and he doesn't talk. If it's not Art the Clown, then Ink Demon. And if it's not the Ink Demon for some reason, I guess I would put a lot of characters away. I just feel like Pennywise is like the least likely. And that's the sad part. That's a huge shame. I don't know. Maybe DVD is so base that they make the champion Frank Stone the new killer for DVD. I doubt it. That would be cool, but unfortunately, we are not in that timeline, I feel like. So yeah, I've been the Basement Dweller. Let me turn off my candle. I had fun speculating. I'm pretty sure the new characters are someone from this thumbnail. Someone I talked about. Very confident in that. I've been the Basement Dweller. Laters. Bye.